putting my word on it right now. Sasha's gonna get that bullet. I'm putting my word on it, right? If Sasha don't get that bullet, then I take the L. But I really think after that little exchange between them, Sasha's gonna get that bullet.
Dude. Man, how do we even review this?
All right, so you want to just go from the top? You want to let's just go from the top. The fact that they started us off where one of the most epic moments from the last episode.
You might as well say one of the most epic moments in the series.
Yes,
because it's like, I mean, you know, their finales are always pretty dope, but not like the way that this was. Like, this was like next level hype. And you're going into this episode we watching now thinking, ain't no way we can get more hype than this.
Nah,
there's no way.
Not at all.
You know, like there's no
all.
way. But yet,
that's crazy.
The show is like, hold my drink.
Right.
I'm gonna show you.
Right.
You gonna get this work.
Yo, they just came through. Yo, they just came through like, yo, I'm like your old man from the Pepsi commercials, like, yo, I make buckets.
So okay, all right. So we got to talk about
came through like Uncle Drew right there.
Like this way, we got to talk about the fact that, you know, from the top, you know, people started dropping like out of nowhere. The Cart Titan came out of nowhere and saved, you know, Gilliard, the Jaw Titan, and it honestly
temporarily.
The Warhammer Titan had a little bit more fight to give. She kind of did her thing to push Aaron back, and we kind of were like, daggone, we back in a situation where it could go any way, or what we thought.
Yeah.
What we thought. But again, we talked about the trump card, which was the fact that where's Armin? Where's the Colossal Titan in this?
Right. And he was just strategically placed, like your ships and everything is a wrap. But what gets me is, if you recall, when Bertolt first showed up in the first season, he didn't have that impression of that much destructive power when he transformed.
No.
You know, he just like, because even the first time he popped up, he was just there. The second time he popped up, he towered over Eren when they thought they were in a cooldown moment, and they broke through the second wall.
Yeah.
So the only time we even saw that potential destructive power was when they were fighting in Eren's hometown area, and they were trying to get to the basement. That's where you kind of saw the destructive power of the Colossal Titan. But even then, it did damage, but it kind of did damage like in the air.
Exactly.
But this is like the first time we have seen a literal nuclear atomic Titan actually do devastation and damage in that form. And ironically, it's the one person who never likes to fight to begin with. It's the ironically, it's the strategist doing the most damage right now.
I
just had to put that out there. That's crazy to me.
Like, even he was kind of like, you know, Berto, is this what you saw when, you know, this thing's kind of happened?
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, everybody's compromised now at this point. Like, at this point, regardless of whether or not Eren went there alone, they all are ready to go to war. And I feel like
they've all crossed that line now.
This episode, I mean, the last episode was, you know what, it was dope. I mean, I ain't gonna front on it.
Yeah.
But this episode cemented this as a declaration of war. Like, there are people out there fighting that don't want to be out there killing people. There are people out there knew full well what they were doing and are still just going for bodies. And I mean, there's still a big elephant in the room, because the fact is that Zeke showed up, you know what I'm saying, with the Cart Titan, you know, just dropping folks full ready. Like, yo, Eren ain't my enemy. Like, I know who I want. Levi, where you at?
Right. And he certainly called him out. And I'm like, fam, you don't call out the person that whooped your behind last time. Like, you weren't ready for him last time. You ain't ready for him now. Like, you're trying, it's literally the definition of insanity. You're trying to come back after the same person doing the same thing and expecting a different result. That's insanity.
Yeah.
That dude is ready for you, and he's adaptable. And you're not just dealing with one, you're dealing with two Ackermans right now.
Yep.
Like, Levi is bad enough, but you got Mikasa in there, and she's a G. Like, what was he thinking? Like,
I really don't know. I think, well, all right, I'm gonna put myself in his situation. You know, for a fact, full well, at this point, you don't even know what Aaron's really truly capable of. He is in front of you. You know what I'm saying? He could have went for Aaron, but he knew full well if Levi is there, he would probably die. And I think that in his mind, it's like, if I don't kill Levi, none of this is gonna matter, which is technically true. It's like,
not really. They lose a big advantage, but there's still Mikasa. The only reason there's a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to that is, remember, Mikasa is all about Eren.
Yeah.
If Levi has to choose between taking out the Beast Titan and protecting Eren, he's going to take out the Beast Titan, as we saw. If Mikasa had to choose, she's going to Eren every time.
Yeah,
unless the Beast Titan is the immediate threat to Eren. That's the only disadvantage they may have. But at Eren's skill set and where he is right now, she could go after the Beast Titan. So they got two Ackermans to deal with. However, the only disadvantage if they lose Levi is Mikasa doesn't show her full potential and full power unless Eren is under immediate threat.
Yeah,
that's only difference. But I understand your concept. I agree with your concept. I think Levi was like, I'm going after. I mean, Zeke was like, I'm going after Levi. But I also think if Zeke is really thinking everything through, him saying Eren is not his enemy could be the fact that he can't afford for Eren to be his enemy. Because as soon as Eren engages with him and touches him in any way, whether it be Titan form or human form, he gets full access to the Titan power, to the founding Titan. And they can't afford that. They can't afford that right now.
It's true. It's true. It's I mean, no matter what, when you really look at it, it's an impossible situation. Like, I don't really know if I knew Mikasa, Levi, and Eren in the same vicinity. What do? They're in your home court. They're crapping on your walls. Your people are lost. You're compromised. Your homeboy is in the dirt. And now at this point, like, they're using strategy against you, like you did to them. And so It's like, I think about what would I do? You know, if I didn't go after Levi, what would I really do? Would I hang back? You know, because at that point, like, you got to do something. Like, your folks are getting killed.
I agree. You got to do something, but like you said, the question is, what can you do? But to be honest, I don't. As far as the Marleyans and the Titan Eldians are concerned, Zeke and Peak and Galliard and them, I don't feel sorry for any of them. In fact, I blame Reiner and I blame Zeke and Peak for the situation they're in. Because like I said last time we talked about this, they had the intel. They knew how these folks fought. They should have known. Like, if it was me, as soon as I got back, I would have been like, okay, we have to prepare. Because if they come for us, we are in a disadvantageous position because they have gear, which I plucked off of one of them, you know, that shows that they're able to traverse our towers and buildings with great efficiency. And they have improved armaments to take us out specifically at the nape of the neck, you know, and they've improved their weapons and gear. Like, and honestly, he might not have known that they may have improved it to the point where they are now, but he knows they had the potential. So this is the Beast Titan that's intelligent, able to speak, and they do nothing. Reiner does nothing. Peak does nothing. They're all there. They literally let their own arrogance, you know, get in their way. And I don't feel sorry for any of them. They literally get everything they got because you're now dealing with folks that are so that are so adept to dealing with Titans. Look how Aaron knew after I don't know why he decided to take that first bite, but Aaron knew that once she was hardened, he was nothing against her hardening. But on the fly, they realized and understood my jaws ain't gonna work. But he said, "Oh, that's the power. That's the true power of the Jaw Titan, not what Emir had, but this guy." Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do: we taking out legs, we taking out arms. He can't control his mouth like that because Levi is a G. So we're gonna control it for you, and you're gonna crack. We're gonna crack this Warhammer Titan egg, and I'm about to get my scrambled, my sunny side, up Warhammer Titan omelet souffle, whatever. It's going down.
Bruh,
so
that
now
moment.
He has 3. Now this dude has 3 Titans and almost had 4. Like, this dude now has a founding that he can't really use yet, but he's got an attack Titan who knows how to fight and adept, but also the Warhammer Titan who now he can use and have weapons. Come on. It's over. It's over at this point.
It's that moment when the Warhammer Titan got eaten. That joint was heartbreaking. And it's like, I don't even have any stake in that character or Gilliard. I mean, the only thing about Gilliard, he just wasn't prepped for this situation. Like, they did not school him on what he was really dealing with. Right. But the fact that he had to watch and he was pleading, he was like, please don't make me do this. Like, I was like, dang. And it's like, it was like a horror movie. There was no stopping Aaron at this point. No, I mean, honestly, it ain't never been stopping Aaron. I wonder, actually, because this will go back to a point that we talked about during the reaction, but I wonder if Aaron and Levi had this all mapped out. Because Levi, honestly, everything that Levi did was so specific to work to what Aaron was trying to do. And even like the timing of all of it. It was kind of like he was watching the clock, and then when the Beast Titan was off guard, he got struck down, and we don't know if Levi's kamikaze this tail. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I don't think he did. I think he tried, and he might have suffered an injury. He may have got out of there in time. I just don't see. Levi just seems too, I don't want to say arrogant. Arrogant's not the right word. Levi I think there's too much unfinished story with Levi for him to just go like that. Like, I think he might have injured himself, but I don't think he's gone.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't put it past them to have like a syringe or something crazy.
Oh,
and he just syringed himself at the point where it's like, oh, okay, bet he's exposed. I'm getting him. I mean, I don't really know. We have possible. We have no, understanding of where this is gonna go. We just know that it's only 6. There's 6 episodes left, or is 7 episodes left? Let's see. Hold on. Let me think.
We're at episode 7 right now. Didn't they say it was 13 episodes?
Nah, it was 16.
16 episodes. So if we're at episode 7, we got 9 more. We got 9 more episodes left to the final season. We're less than 10 right now.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And just, oh my God, 6 and 7 were just crazy. Like, when 6 dropped, we were like, okay, we got to be at the top of the penthouse. We got to be in the penthouse suite right now. Yeah. And this episode dropped and like, no, there's a couple millionaires that live above you that got the whole top to themselves with a private elevator button. Like, unless you big dog, you can't go up there. Like, that's where we're at right now.
That's true.
That's where we are. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about all the stuff that happened and the little nuances of things, like that long look Levi gave when he popped that grenade. I don't think he's dead. I wouldn't even be surprised if he was able to yank Zeke out of there, like you said, and maybe take the Beast Titan for himself. What better way to defeat your enemy but to do that? I still think that Gabby is going to kill Sasha. It's just from when she took out those two soldiers, and Gabby and Sasha looked at each other for that long pause. I'm like, I think Sasha was looking at her killer and just didn't know it. Like that was her end.
Yeah. I think the next one says assassination, assault, or something like that. Assault, assassination, or something like that. Yeah, I think this is the other thing. At this point now, where is the threat?
So the real, like, you mean the overarching threat, or the immediate threat to the scouts, the immediate threat to the Marlians and Eldian, or the overall threat?
I'm just saying, because initially, you know what I'm saying, the threat was the Marlians. It was Zeke. It was their, attack on the Paradise Island. Now, it's changed to a point where it's like Eren, dare I say, is the threat to humanity.
Yeah, I was gonna say the immediate threat is really to the Marlians and the Eldians, and that's Eren and the scouts. But the overall threat, is Eren. Like, if Eren stays determined, well, here's the thing: Eren's thing has always been to destroy all of the Titans.
Yeah.
But what if, after seeing what he's seen over the last 4 years, he just thinks nobody is worth being around?
I don't. That's the thing. I don't know.
And who's to say he? Here, my thing is, I don't know whether it's going to be Zeke. I don't know if it's going to be Historia. I don't even know if there's another option for how he gets to use the founding Titan. But if he gets to use the founding Titan at full capacity and not have that curse of Ymir that Fritz and everybody else has had, well, not the curse of Ymir, that's different, but the curse of King Fritz, where it's peace. If he's able to, seeing as he doesn't have royal blood and he's able to bypass that, what's to stop him from releasing all those Titans in the walls and
just eradicating everybody
just eradicating the planet? Like, just have all those colossal level sized Titans, walking across the entire planet and calling it a day. And that's it.
That's real.
The threat.
That's completely real, and it's very possible and plausible, because the reality is, after all this is said and done, if he chooses to, he can do whatever he wants to. And it's like, I don't know what his motivations are anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like before we knew, like you said, but now it's like he knows so much, he has so much control that we really don't know where this is going.
I think after seeing everything he's seen, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't feel that the Marlians nor the Eldians are worth having around. Like, I really don't think he thinks, I really don't think he thinks the Titans, the Marlians, or the Eldians on the mainland are worth having around. He might just eradicate all of them and it'll just be the people on Paradise Island. Like, the way his whole attitude has changed, and how he talked to Reiner, how he talked to Falco, how he's been talking to Mikasa and the rest, he doesn't care. I think I wouldn't be surprised if he thinks that those people are just not worth having around. And he has somehow, in the last 4 years, between the end of season 3 and now, has lost his empathy. He's completely lost his empathy, and he's literally had one goal in mind, and that's probably eradicating everyone on that mainland and everyone else. It doesn't matter. Like, as long as it's not Paradise Island, I think he's just willing to eradicate them all. He's got 3 walls full of Titans to do it.
That goes back to the quote from the very last episode of season 3, when Eren was at the water and he was talking to Armin. He was like, we were trying to get to this place of freedom, but now we realize on the other side of that, there are people that still want us dead. So what do we do now to get freedom? Do we have to kill everyone over there? And that's the thing. That's the chicken come to roost, or whatever the terminology is, because at this point and at this stage, technically it's still true, because the Tiber, that's what he was initiating. The Tiber was like, oh yeah, shoot, man, yeah, for our peace, they gotta go. And so it's like Eren is a byproduct of his situation now at this point. So
yeah, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I think it's one of those things for what do I need to be free? What is the cost of freedom? Like what do I need to do in order to truly be free, where there is no longer a threat to my life for me just being who I am?
Yeah.
Kind of like, Black people. It's really the plight of Black people. What do I need to do to have peace where I'm not being targeted for the color of my skin that I had no control over, or me being who I am? That's what Eren is dealing with. And the only difference is Eren, if he's able to get his hands on some royal blood, has an immediate solution. He literally has a somewhat nuclear response, or even a natural disaster response in a galactic earthquake, in the rumbling of hundreds of titans coming off them walls.
and now it's a situation, we didn't talk about this, he can protect himself completely. He doesn't even have to be in the vicinity to do whatever he needs to do anymore. Like, I can't imagine now what will happen. Again, that goes back to what I was saying. Like, he doesn't even if he gets shot with one of those major cannon bullets, it's not even going to hurt him.
Yeah,
once he masters the Warhammer hardening, like, so.
Right.
I don't know, man. I love it. I loved it.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 all of it. For me. Yeah, definitely a 10 out of 10. Like, I mean, the crushing of the Warhammer Titan shell and him devouring her was my 10 out of 10 by itself. Because the fact that he was like, oh, my teeth are useless, but his isn't. Like, that alone was 10 out of 10 for me. But yeah, it was a really, really great episode.
It's just amazing to see how far Eren's come. But then when you really think about how dark he is now, it's like, it's awesome to see, but
I mean, I think somewhere in these, somewhere in the only thing that's missing, that's really on the table right now, the only two things I can think of, or three things I can think of, is one, they have to show what happened in those 4 years between the end of season 3 and episode 1 of season 4. Like, they have to show what happened to make Eren this way. That's one. Mm-hmm. 2, they're gonna have to show us how Eren gets access to the full use of the founding Titan, and not be held by the curse of King Fritz. They're definitely gonna show that. I'm expecting them to show that. I don't know how he does it. I'm thinking it's if he gets into a fight with Zeke. I think that's what will happen, but I'm not sure. But the last one, which is the most important one, is if he gets access to that and decides to just eradicate everybody except for what's on Paradise Island, like eradicate the globe as we know it, or even just the Marleyan and Eldians, will the scouts fight against him now being a villain to cause mass genocide? Would they fight against him? And how would they be able to take him out if they could? Those are the three things that I need in these 9 episodes that are left. Like, when that happens, when I see those, and I'm sure I'm not going to be disappointed, because they haven't disappointed me yet in 7 episodes. Because the build up to these last 2 episodes was just epic.
Amazing.
The political intrigue in and of itself. And speaking of which, just to see what Willie Tiber did for it to just completely and totally fail. Like, completely and totally fail. Like, I mean, he got his agenda of making Eren public enemy number 1. and a global threat. He got that. But his people were not ready. The Marleyans are not ready to face that kind of extinction level event. So even though he got what he wanted, it's kind of a moot point because Eren would have done that anyway. And Eren is determined to win. Eren's been determined since Berto and Reiner first showed up and took out his hometown. He and he saw his mom get devoured. Like, he's been ready from then.
Yeah.
You know. And although Gabby is basically becoming Eren, Gabby is going to get her first kill. I really think it's going to be on Sasha. That's just my thought. I'm just putting money on that because that long pause between them. If that assassin bullet is Gabby, I think Sasha's going to catch that bullet. But I'm looking forward to see those three things. In these 9 episodes, and I think it will have been an incredible series.
So this goes back to one big thing, and this is not a theory. This is just thinking about it, because you pose a really good question. What if there's a situation where Eren is beyond the point of repair, and everybody unanimously is like, we might gotta take this man out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's Caesar at this point. Like, he's got to go, right? If and when that happens, there's the person that will not ever do that is the only person that is the most adept to actually kill him, and that is Mikasa. Mikasa would never, even if. Well, hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Even if what I'm saying, Eren was like, I got to do this. Like, she'd be his bodyguard. She might not agree with him, but she would have his back no matter what. Now, there has been situations where Mikasa has like kind of come against Eren and fought him back because he's acting stupid. She's jaded him up a couple different times. Yeah. I know for a fact that his best friend Armin would definitely try to go against him to try to stop him from himself, save him from himself. But this is the thing. The one person that really could, if he is actually dead now, Levi, I actually would be worried of a world where it's kind of like I look at Levi as being the Batman to Eren Superman. If Superman gets out of line, Batman can handle it. If Batman gets out of line, the Justice League can handle it. But I'm saying that in this situation, if Eren was gone rogue, Levi at least is there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no emotions one way or another. Levi said from day one, if you step out of line, I will take you out. He said it from day one.
Right.
But if Levi isn't in the equation, that makes this a whole different kind of situation.
Not really, because I think you said it. Notice what you said that is profound. You said if Superman gets out of line, Superman can handle it. Right? Or I mean, if Superman gets out of line, Batman can handle it. Yeah. If Batman gets out of line, the Justice League can handle it.
Yeah.
That goes back to my point. Like, if Eren gets out of line, if Levi gets out of line, Mikasa or Eren or what have you can probably handle it, especially Mikasa. Mm-hmm. If Eren gets out of line, though, the whole scout regiment is going to have to handle that.
I just don't.
I'm not. Here's the thing. I think Mikasa would never. I don't think Mikasa would never kill him unless she had to, and it would tear her apart. But it would have to be extreme situation where if Eren is posing a threat to the other people, for example, if Eren was going to kill Armin, Mikasa would probably shut him down.
I think she would try to stop him.
She would try to stop him, but if she came to the point where her only option was to kill him, she might. And it's not in terms of choosing Armin over Eren. It's the simple fact that anytime it's been a crazy situation, like you said, Mikasa has shut Eren down, right? So
I just don't see it in her to take the necessary precaution of killing this
Neither
man.
do I, unless Levi is not there.
That's what I'm saying.
If Levi's not there and there's no other option, like back against the wall, she knows that if she doesn't kill Aaron, everybody's going to die. She might do it. It'd be tears in her eyes. It will be the worst thing she's ever had to do, but she would have fulfilled his mother's promise of taking care of him when something goes wrong. And maybe her taking care of him and protecting him is by killing him in order to prevent anything he does worse. That's what I think. I think what would be really cool would be to see if Levi was there and Levi tries to fulfill on his promise and Levi has to battle Mikasa in order to get to Aaron. That's what I want. That's something I would want to see. Like the Ackermans going and facing each other and seeing who really has the most skill. Because I think the only person that I'm telling you, I think the only person who can take out Levi really is Mikasa. And all she needs is Levi to be an immediate threat to Aaron. And that's the only way she'll step in. You've seen how she was any other time. People have said we got to take Aaron out. She's looked at them with fierce lethality in her eyes. Like I will kill you right now. Say it one more time. And I think that would be a good battle to see Mikasa and Levi go at it. Because if Aaron's not the immediate threat and they're having an argument on something else and they're fighting, Levi would probably take out Mikasa. But if Aaron's immediately threatened and Levi is that threat, Mikasa's taking him out. She doesn't care. That's her family. So what? The truth is she loves Aaron, would do anything for him, even lay down her life. And if she has to lay down her life to stop Levi to save Aaron, she's going to do it without hesitation.
I can't believe if you had told me like season 2 or season 3 that we'd be in a Daenerys situation,
right,
of a Mad Queen situation, or even the possibility of a Mad Queen situation, I would have said, no, what the heck are you talking about? But I guess that's the amazing part about this show, man.
Yeah.
But
this show puts you in situations where you have to ask yourself, what would you do in this situation?
Yeah. We gotta close up shop so I can get this reaction ready. But hope you guys enjoyed our review. We went, I think, a good 30 minutes deep, like last time.
Yeah, we did. We almost went 45, being real.
But
we certainly hope you enjoyed it.
We'll be back next Sunday, same time.
same Titan time, same Titan channel.
All right, you guys. Peace.